Today we will take you to a desolate family house, secluded somewhere in the French countryside, and go on another quest together amongst the remains of the former family relics that are still roaming around inside. Another day in a very sunny south of France.
Yeah, true. And we're walking towards an abandoned place right now. And I need to say, just the look of this, we had to capture it. It was so beautiful.
And especially the pathway through this mansion. All the grass, which is completely dry and barren. It seems that the door is straight open for us.
Yeah, well, damn. Cobwebs around me right now. So it hasn't been walked for a long time. But you can tell that everything is left with its old soul, man.
So, I think we're gonna start the video and we will see you in the other rooms.
Indeed.
So let's walk inside.
And, well,
oh no way, man.
you can tell that
What happened there?
trash, but everything left.
This looks terrible.
To be honest, I think this was a very beautiful location.
I'm sure it was. I mean, I have this place for over a year now, bro. I was willing to go there ever since. And right now, because it's that far away from home, it's a 12-hour drive.
Yeah, maybe even longer, but
And now we are here and it's being completely ransacked. Have a
This
look,
is,
this used to be a beautiful living.
this is terrible, man. This is very terrible.
I mean, you can still see some beautiful things. For example, the clock over there in the middle too.
Yeah, indeed. Well, where to look? You know what is actually pretty cool? Is that the china, leave it in the cabinet. At least that's what they did.
Yeah, well, a few pieces of china, but there's also a lot smashed on the ground. Let's try to see the positive in this home, because this was a place which had much potential one day. And it still has if you would properly clean it, but
Indeed.
we
But
never change anything the way we find it. But yeah, like Raymond said, some china here.
well, now you can get a good perspective of what respect to a location means, and also keeping the location secret for the outsiders.
Yeah, so that's exactly why we never reveal the location. And if the locations are very untouched, we also never show the exterior to prevent people from finding it who don't want to go with respect, but just, yeah,
Do this.
be aggressive and do a lot of harm to the property. Make a lot of trash, throw everything around. Respectless idiots. Look. The
dragon.
fireplace, yeah. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's very cool, man.
And over there, maybe the family emblem?
GPB. Okay.
Or it's a brand, or it's the family coat of arms.
Would be very cool actually if they had that.
Look over here on the table.
It's a, what is it?
It's a barometer.
Oh, barometer.
Yeah. And right next to it, some stones.
It's cool, huh?
I love the French clock.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Well, we can actually go down here, but to be honest, this also looks a big mess.
Well, let's have a look. Damn, all the food is literally on the ground.
Yeah. All the cans of vegetables.
To be honest, the stuff actually looks modern to me.
Look, that was the toilet. You cannot even reach it anymore
No.
because of the trash. Man.
This is horrific.
Yeah, looks like a hoarder found a way in, man. But to be honest, this place was once pristinely left when it was abandoned. And now you can barely walk here anymore. Look, some coats still in the wardrobe, and this was actually a bedroom.
Well, what do you see? I mean,
Well,
you can't walk over here with two. But
what can I see? I can barely see the bed anymore, but
indeed.
well, you can relate that this was a bedroom. Look at the bouquets there. And then the fish too. It's actually horrible, man, to see a beautiful property like this with so much potential.
That's so sad.
End
I mean,
up
I'm
like
literally walking on
garbage.
jars right now.
Man, yeah, this place is a junkyard.
But still, we're going to document it.
True.
Just see the positive in it, let's say it like that indeed.
Exactly, and let's hope we find something beautiful at least.
Yeah. For the fries. Oh, it's actually pretty big.
You think this was a basement area too?
Yeah. Damn, man. And you know what is also pretty strange is I feel cobwebs.
Okay, so the vandalism happened a while ago.
Yeah. What is in there indeed?
I cannot even open it because of the trash. But I see some plates.
No, this one can be opened. Food?
Yeah, well, not particularly food, but just some tools and things.
Well, you know what was also one thing for sure. Besides the trash, these people owned a lot.
Yeah, this house was completely filled with all these people belongings, and it actually used to belong to the family Pirette.
Yeah, family Pirette.
This was their family mansion. And
And I
one
guess-
day they departed this earth, and the only people who cared about the place, or yeah, cared, they did not care about the place, were the vandalists. But this is cool, bro. Have a look. Wow.
Yeah,
the
all,
food products.
All the food products indeed.
So many.
Calamar.
You can definitely tell this was a family mansion. It was being lived in, and they made a lot of meals.
The jam over there.
Yeah, the confiture.
Even some are open, like some things were taken out and eventually never emptied. Well, then we finally have still, well, we finally still left one, which is pristine, let's say it like that. All
Yeah.
the jackets are still there.
That's what we find most of the times.
The bicycle over there.
Yeah, over there. I actually had to look for it. I could not even see it when you mentioned it because of all the mess.
And I don't know if you can see, well, gotta show it over there. Look at that candle. Well, candle, it's electric
Yeah,
candles, but it's very cool.
the
It's like a
candle
human,
holder. Yeah,
but made of wood. Damn. There was even a box of a chainsaw.
Oh yeah, on the ground there. Well, if you can walk on, because I can barely see anything on the shot there. Because it's that messy, man.
Well, this room, to be honest, this is very cool.
Oh yeah, this was a shed. It's so big.
Mm-hmm.
Strange enough, there is no car left behind.
No, no, no. Well, there is one.
Oh yeah, a toy car from the child.
So they definitely had children.
Yeah, you can tell that this was definitely a family mansion. Well, also the little child bicycle here.
Indeed, indeed. And you know what is the most strange thing about this room? Is look above you. Chairs.
Oh yeah. Chairs are just hanging up here.
Oh, and this one.
Carriage.
Carriage. A very old one. It's cool, man. Also some proper antiques in here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this is where the man did all his jobs. I think he was a handy person.
Yeah, it literally feels like walking in a mechanic room, man.
Exactly. I think Mr. Pirette, he did a lot of mechanic things and just working on some cars or other things, maybe some jobs in the home.
Yeah.
Maintenance. And it's clear that the family had children.
All the toys over here, and they're just decaying in time.
But I guess the children are still alive.
Yeah. Well, we didn't find a date yet, so that's what we still got to find.
Yeah, but I don't think the property is abandoned for more than 10 years, to be honest.
No, no, no. You know, even if the stuff is just trash, you can still see that it's decaying.
Look over here. They actually had a wine storage. Oh, and a lot of canned food. Wow. Well, at least this is still a very cool room. Like a time capsule. So many bottles of wine. You can tell that they love drinking wine. And in this region of France, it's famous for its wine. Fortunately, I cannot mention it, of course, to protect this place from even more vandalism. Well, and then we have this corner. Yeah, not much special.
Especially, but this is cool.
Look, the plants on the ground.
Oh yeah.
And what did you see? The hanger here?
What is it? Oh, it's a hanger, yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, I think it used to stand in the hallway somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe from the past family occupants. I think it's literally generations who lived on in this place.
Yeah, true.
And now, abandoned.
Alright, so let's go on. Because there's actually some other rooms on the other side of the living. Oh, this was their kitchen. Yeah. Well, at least the plates are still here.
Hmm.
And there's a beautiful lamp.
It was actually a very cozy kitchen.
Yeah, a very little one for such a
Mhm.
big property indeed.
Yeah. Is there maybe a date over here somewhere? No. Huh?
I really want to show this.
The spices.
Yeah. This is vandalism free. Wow.
It's beautiful.
It is.
The coffee machine over there.
That one is pretty modern.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, the property is not abandoned for more than 5 years.
No, 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 not at all. We still need to find a date, man. Well, are you ready?
Yeah, bro. If you can open it at least.
There are flies coming out of it. It's nasty.
This is disgusting, man. That was some meat which was rotting.
Man, how in the world can you do this?
Yeah, you cannot even call this vandalism anymore. This is just one and all stupidity of careless people and pricks. I'm sorry for my usage of my vocabulary, but I hope you feel the same as we do. And then there's the date.
2012.
Yeah, so 8 years.
8 years from now.
That's not long, but if there wasn't any vandalism, the place would have looked way different.
It would be actually a very modern abandoned house. With some, well...
Here and there some antiques.
Indeed. Because if you look at the cabinet over here, it's proper antique.
Yeah, well, what do you think about the stove?
Yeah. Well, gotta walk on. Going to leave you over here, bro.
Yeah, we cannot reach everything properly and we gotta accept that. There are some books in the cabinet too.
Yeah, indeed. And right over there is... Ah, it's a printer. Okay.
Man. The last time I can imagine we had to walk in such mess was in the time capsule manor in France. Do you remember it? The one pristine room and the rest was all filled with garbage bags and...
It was just awful.
I think a hoarder found a way in.
It looks like, huh?
Those are no normal vandalists. Well, to be honest, I'm not even going into detail. I mean, you can clearly see a lot of things have been thrown around and the beautiful things have been stolen, so I really hope that the upstairs is more promising, because I remembered seeing on a picture a room which was beautiful and we have not seen it yet. So I really hope that one is still in relatively similar conditions like it was 1 year ago.
Okay. Well, there is some slight trash, but it's less over here.
Yeah, it seems less on this floor. Look over here.
This box. Well, it's empty, but it's very beautiful.
Oh yeah, this is the bedroom. Well, this bedroom is also slightly being vandalized, but still, you can definitely see how beautiful it was. Have a look.
Yeah. This is it indeed.
So we are in the right place, but it has just been terribly ransacked.
And this is just so sad to see.
At least over here, it seems it's quite vandalism free. Look, the figurines.
And then the two famous
Yeah,
portraits.
I remember seeing them in the manor of malediction. We found a similar one in the bedroom, and if you have not seen that video, then check it out right up here. So have a look, the bed. Typical French style.
Yeah, indeed.
In the Movie Maker's Mansion they had completely the similar one. And again, if you have not seen that video, there will also be a link up here. Because that place was magnificent and not as vandalized as this place.
Well,
Oh, here's an old picture.
do you think it's the man?
Well, it's a man in a suit. Maybe it was the father of one of the owners.
Could have been, huh? Over here, all the clothings just left, jackets.
Yeah, and plenty of them have also been thrown out on the ground.
True. Then this cabinet. Damn. Stuff is falling apart, or do you think it has been done?
Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely vandalism, I think. Well, you can still see the little China figurines. It's very hard to go into detail in this place because you can barely move yourself. Over here.
No, closing that one up again. Actually, this is very well special. You don't find it often.
You know what it was?
The yellow chair or the wheel? I don't
The
know.
wheel was a part of a pram.
Okay.
There used to be a second pram in this room, but I guess it's stolen anyways. Look, sofa over here. In a similar style as the bed. And then we have the pram. At least one pram which is left behind.
With the teddy bear and the baby puppet.
Yeah, staged as well. And right next to it.
A beautiful lamp.
Exactly. And you know what's beautiful too? Look, the little photo over here.
And then actually right next to it, what is it? It's a rosary?
I think this was just a normal bracelet, or yeah, this was just a normal bracelet.
Okay.
And here a little clock, let's see. Nope, even the clock has been destroyed.
That's sad, man. That's really sad for you. Was
Yeah.
expecting the ring.
At least I hoped the clock was still ringing, but
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well, let's continue then.
So here it actually is, the room I was talking about, and it is still beautiful. Things have changed, but look at this.
Wow.
This
The
was the
overview, it's so beautiful.
grand dining area. Actually, so much majesty, and you can definitely tell that the family was wealthy and consisted of a lot of family members.
Very funny, the clown.
Well, you can definitely tell that a lot of things on the table have been staged.
Yeah, true, true. I mean, well, you can definitely see the people did their best to make a perfect stage of this one.
I do really like the chairs.
Yeah, they are very beautiful, huh?
They are.
Proper antique chairs. And then what else is on the table?
Look at this over here. Wow.
What do you think it was used for, wine or water?
I do think water or wine, yeah, both is possible.
Small figurine over there.
Yeah, some decoration, maybe it's from Christmas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas ornament. Look over here. There's also a record player.
Old record player indeed. LP still on there.
And yeah,
Well,
this corner is quite beautiful still.
talking about the chair over here and also the corner. How is it comfortable?
Well,
I hear some squeakings, but it's still
Yeah.
good.
I do think it's not perfectly stable anymore, and I should not put my complete weight on it, but it is comfortable.
Okay, okay.
They had a little fireplace here too.
Yeah, indeed. Well, and then over here, all small ornaments. What is it? It's...
Looks like a medieval sign or something.
Yeah, indeed. And I was also talking about this one. It looks like a thermometer actually. Oh. Place it back. And this. You see it?
Yeah,
It has like degrees on it.
I don't know.
Wow. This beautiful small thing over here. The vase over there. What's that?
Oh, it was like, I think it was a candle, but you see the skis?
Oh yeah.
I think it also used to be a part of the Christmas decoration.
Yeah, that's very cool, man.
Oh, look here.
The horse, huh?
Yeah. That one is neat.
Also, a light? Well, I guess it was a light bulb.
Yeah, and I think that was an oil lamp.
Oh yeah.
Look in the front. There's actually a year on it there.
Oh yeah?
The other side here.
What is the year? What is it saying? 18?
It's saying 1950.
Can't see properly, but... Wow. And then, again, the girl.
I think this is a very...
famous portrait in France.
Exactly. There are so many tiny things on top. Just beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
You can tell that they just love decorating their homely place, their lovely mansion here, and some people just didn't have the respect we have to make a documentary here and just show it with the outside world.
And just leave it like we found it. It's so sad, man, so sad.
Look here in the corner.
Oh, didn't even notice it the first sight.
The books and...
What is it, a small puppet?
I think a policeman, police officer. You have been caught for trespassing. Get out of the private property right now.
Alright, we will go right now, I think. Well, yeah, we still have some other rooms to go actually.
What's this book actually?
What was it?
Seems that this is in foreign countries like the Southeast, Middle East. I think those are actually, let's see. Okay, revolutions and empires in the year 1770. It's definitely a historic book.
Oh yeah.
It's all about war, I think, and look here. Wow.
France Revolution.
Yeah.
Damn.
Very cool, and there's multiple chapters on it.
What is that?
Actually plastic.
Oh.
It's no
Expecting
metal.
silver?
Yeah, me too. And then over here, we actually have this secretary desk.
What is in it? Some flowers, fake flowers, and what else?
Yeah, nothing special.
Nothing special indeed. And yeah, you can tell down there some clothings. Beautiful dress, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's some satin. Look here.
Oh, Marino, if you put it on, you look fancy, man. Just making some fun, it's also good, huh?
Yeah.
And I really like this one. I mean, have a look. It's so beautiful.
For real.
And also the chair it's standing on.
Well,
And
you know,
right next to it.
we're making fun, but we put everything back where we find it, and that's the difference.
Yeah, that's indeed the big difference, because you can definitely tell that this place wasn't handled with respect.
No, we said it plenty of times now, so I think people get the point. And let's look at the old pictures here.
Where do you think it actually was?
Maybe on holiday, or maybe nearby somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Might be hard to see because some of them are quite faded out.
Yeah, indeed.
There's actually a book about a sailor. It's actually a comic book in French. And then on top, that's cool. Look here. It's quite heavy.
Old figurine. Actually looks like if somebody becomes 50.
Definitely looks like a sailor man.
Yeah.
And look, the cobwebs as well. There's also two childs on the picture over there.
Right over there. Oh yeah. Indeed. All the cobwebs right over there.
Yeah. Actually, there are not many cobwebs inside because the place is well known. But those
Yeah.
are one of the first ones which are very obvious. And then look
Oh.
over here. Again,
So check.
a lot of glasses in this cabinet, and I think these ones, carefully I'm gonna grab them, they are very, very unique.
Oh, the dolphin ones.
Look.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, this is very, very unique. I mean, zoom in on the dolphin and have a look at this. Wow.
And then right behind you,
That
is
room is
another room.
a junkyard.
It's indeed a big junkyard, but you can tell, hello DK.
And that's the problem. Leakage problems from the roof and the ceiling.
And I think that's also the reason why it's eventually abandoned.
That's at least the reason why this property is terribly decaying.
Yeah, well.
You can also see the wallpaper here, which is peeling off.
And what I was about to say is, I guess, we have one last room to go.
Yeah, the last room inside. And I hope, despite the first rooms which were terribly vandalized, you still appreciated that we showed you this place, because I think this room and the bathroom were still beautiful, and some tiny ornaments were quite cool to find. Have a look over here. Don't have any big expectations about this room, but this was another bedroom. You can tell over there that the wardrobe is also still completely stuffed.
And yeah, well, there is a door, but you can slightly only see a sink over there. And it was just another bathroom part. What did you find actually?
Look, this was a little box.
Made out of shells?
Exactly, and there's even a seahorse emblem inside.
Oh,
over
yeah.
There is a seahorse, or it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be. I think it's gone.
Well, let's try to make a way through here. And you can tell it's still very sunny weather outside.
Oh. Can you open it up?
Yeah, I was trying to, but it seems stuck.
Damn,
There we go.
I can't even proper see a thing because it's so sunny outside.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's have a quick look. Damn. It's a beautiful garden, man.
Yeah, they had such a big garden. Must have been a very relaxing place to stay during summer.
Well, and then Mo, this is the last thing.
This is the last thing, and before we're gonna show that, just have a quick look on the bed. You can definitely tell it used to be beautiful.
Well, over here,
Yeah,
the golden pattern, huh?
it used to be a beautiful bed. Fortunately, right now it's in a very bad state. And there we go, the very, very last room, which is a bathroom that is not very vandalized and has lots of decay with the peeling of the wallpaper just everywhere.
And then toilet over here. That was indeed what I was saying, like, I guess over there is just a toilet, sink, and again, everything's lavender, even some shells.
And with these shells, let's end the video and let's say this: we had a great day of exploration, and in a few days we will be in Spain, and we will of course explore amazing places, but also we will see beautiful beaches. So if you want to see that, stay tuned for our upcoming videos. Thank you for watching to this one, and if you enjoyed it, as always, you know the drill. Please hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel right down below. Also ring the bell notification bell somewhere right over there. And like we always say, peace out, and we will see you on our next adventure. Bye bye.